Hello friends, this is tutorial number 53 in this Turbo Pascal programming language tutorials. Okay, in the previous tutorial we created this, we started with this application, we still didn't create, we didn't finish. And we run this our menu. Okay, we defined, we created the record apartment, we have couple of apartments, we created a apartment scan procedure and this menu that we already run them. Let's try again. Okay, we didn't clear from the previous tutorial. Okay, if we select number 4 or any of the number, nothing will happen because we still didn't define. And if we type number 11, okay, bad entry, try again, because we will need to select one of the options. Okay, and let's start to defining our variables. We have couple of them to define pretty much, and we in this application we will not define inside main begin end. We will use procedure to define apartments that we need. Just I need a little space here. Okay, here where this procedure ends, we will create another one. Okay, it will be procedure, and we want to find cheapest apartment, but our variable name of our variable is cheapest. We need to give another name, and it will be cheapest up as a cheapest apartment. Okay, it will be name of the procedure. And now we need a variable var a, which will be apartment, okay, this is a local variable. And let's create begin and end of this procedure, and let's create with a, which is our apartment, do. Okay, and now we will write. Let's write begin and end first. And now we will need we need first a text, write line the cheapest apartment. Okay, maybe we could use couple of stars. Okay, and we can first semicolon here. We can create a for loop. I think that we already defined x as integer. Yes, we are. And let's use it now. For x equals 1 to 4, because we have 4 apartments, 4 elements of array, do. And let's create begin and end of this for loop, and let's define, we have a long integer price. Okay, here it is. Let's define price, and we didn't we will need max, max, min long also we will use here. And we can define it here or here. Before for loop, min long needs to be defined equals to 0. And let's start. For x equals to 1 to 4, do. What we will do, we will define a price. Price will be equals, and it will be, our apartment is A, dot area, but a of element x dot area multiplied apartments. We are using just a second. We are using our array apartments. Okay, and we're using apartments of x dot area and multiplied with apartments of x dot, it is a price per square meter, but it is better to just a second. Okay, we have it here, price per square meter. We will borrow from here, we will copy just a name of that field. Okay, and we will have the price, but we just need a semicolon here. Okay, and now what we need, we will need control statement. Now we will define a price, and we will have a price for loop will run, and we will have a price of first, price of second, okay, of 4 of them. But we need to write if min long, it is a variable that will find minimum price, equals to 0, or min long, but we need inside the bracket, min long is greater than price, and we need 2 closing brackets. Then and let's type begin and end, because this is a control statement. Minimum, but it is min long. Min long will be equals to price, and also in this case a, which is our apartment and which is a local variable, will be equals to apartments of element x. Okay, and now we define which is apartment with cheapest apartment with minimum price. And also, okay, here where this for loop ends, but just a second, for loop, okay, here is the end of the for loop, and here is the where for a loop ends. We can write because we don't have this field of price, we can write a line, and we can use caps lock price, and we can use price, or but maybe it's better because we will use price for the finding maximum. We will use min long. It is better solution. And we can use euro as a text. Okay, and this should be good. Okay, now it is okay. We will have another one. Now I'm thinking about most expensive. Just a second, maybe, but it will be maybe it will be better to just use. Let's copy this. we can copy complete procedure, and we can create another one. Okay, here will be good, paste. Okay, we have another, and we can create, instead of cheapest, we can create most expensive. Let's change the variable a, which is apartment, right line, and instead of cheapest we will have the most expensive. Okay, instead of min long we will have max long. Okay, and price equals, okay, price will be the same, and here we can delete this. Okay, we don't need a bracket, and here these two closing bracket. Here we will need max long and will be lesser than price, and here we will need max long, a will be equals to apartment of x, and this is good. I think this is a better solution, but instead here, instead of min long, we will use max long, and most expensive will be resolved. I think we okay, we select better solution. Okay, if you want to type, okay, it's up to you, but I just used to copy this procedure of cheapest apartment and copy them and just change a little of data. Okay, and now we have two procedures, okay, for selecting cheapest apartment and most expensive apartment. Now what we can do, just here we need to go down. First we have procedure in the option 1. Option 1 is the cheapest apartment, I think. Okay, option number 1 is cheapest apartment. Let's call the procedure cheapest apartment. Okay, and inside we will use variable. Okay, here this is a procedure. No, for apartment scan, this is procedure for cheapest apartment. Which apartment we will use? Of course, we will use cheapest. Okay, and let's with this we will define cheapest apartment. And now what we need to do, we have but here we'll all just define cheapest apartment, and we need to use our procedure apartment scan, and we will scan cheapest apartment. Okay, here we will define them with procedure, and here we will scan him with our procedure for apartment scan. And also we can use we can resolve option number 2. It is most expensive. Okay, maybe I will have some syntax error. Expensive up, it is the name of the procedure. We are calling the procedure for most expensive apartment, and as a variable will be most expensive. And we will use apartment scan, and here we defined most expensive, which is apartment, and now we will just scan him. Most expensive. Okay, just to show you once more. Okay, this is most expensive up is a procedure to find most expensive apartment, and our variable is most expensive. We need to find most expensive apartment, and which we did with procedure most expensive up, and now we will just scan most expensive apartment with apartment scan procedure. Now let's, okay, we can clear a little a screen. Let's check if this option will work. Let's compile first, maybe we have some error. Okay, we don't. Now let's run to see how it will gonna work. Okay, select one of the options. Let's select option number 1. Okay, the cheapest apartment is price is 48,000 euros. It is apartment in Sofia, which is perfect, because we know that he has the lowest area, and its price per square meter is the cheapest, and it's normal to this apartment to be the cheapest one. Okay, but now let me see if it will work. If it's work, let's try first run the most expensive. Okay, number 2. Okay, the most expensive apartment is 105,000 euros in Warsaw. Okay, and it's good because this is okay. It's not in Belgrade. It has 80 square meters, but price is 1,000, and which is 80,000, and this works perfect because this apartment has the highest price per square meter. Okay, we can now I will show you. Okay, let's if I type okay here in the Belgrade. Okay, as we can see, apartment in Warsaw, it's just a moment. Okay, apartment in Warsaw. Okay, 1,500. It's a price per square, and he has 70 meters. His area is 70, but here in the Belgrade, if I type 1,500, and we will see which will be. And in the Budapest, if I type, okay, I will just type 120. Okay, we will see. Just we want to see if this works properly. Let's run now and to check. Okay, cheapest apartment. Okay. Okay, here is the apartment, just 8,400. Okay, as you can see, price per square meter is 120. This is the cheapest apartment, and this means that our application works good. And now let me just run option number 2, most expensive, and we will have an apartment in Belgrade, because okay, here it is a price 120,000 euros. Okay, we change the price per square meter. Instead of 1,000, we put 1,500, and now this is the most expensive apartment, which means that our application works good. Okay, now I will put back these old prices, and okay, here is 120. It will be 1,200, and if I run again, we will again the most expensive first. The cheapest will be in Sofia, because okay, because it is he has minimum price per square meter, and he has lowest area. And if I want to choose, let's run again, the most expensive, it will be in Warsaw. Okay, this works like a charm. And now let's continue. Okay, we found the cheapest and the most expensive. Now what we need to find, here is the menu. Okay, we need to find apartment with 3 rooms. Okay, this won't be a problem, and again we will need a procedure. Okay, here is a procedure for most expensive. Let's create another procedure. Just a little space. Procedure. Okay, rooms. Or room find. Okay. You can type name of procedure whatever you want. Okay, it will be var a as apartment. And now let's define our procedure. Begin and end of our procedure. And let's type with a do. And we need begin and we need end. And what we will get. Okay, again we will need a for loop for x equals 1 to 4 do, and we need begin and end of this for loop. Okay, if, and we need also control statement if, and we need our array apartments of x, and it will equals to 3. Then this is control statements, also will need begin and end. And we want now, okay, we can define we can apartment of x, okay, my mistake, but we need a room dot room, and here, okay, we can define a equals to apartments of x. We can define it, we will define it, okay, but it will not be complete because it can be, there can be more, okay, and it will display to us just one, but I think that we have a 2 in the list. And what we will gonna do, nothing special, we will just use, we will call another procedure. We will simply call another procedure. We will call apartment scan and it will be, we can use a. Okay, this will be pretty much simple. Okay, and now what we will do, but we forgot, before this for loop we can write some text. Write a line, and we will type apartments with 3 rooms, and we can also use couple of stars. And we need a semicolon here, and we need a semicolon here, and let's see how it will gonna work. Okay, okay, this is a room find. Okay, we'll just use a room find. It's, or maybe just a second, room find. Okay, we'll type room find, but here, where is the name of the variable? Name of the variable, okay, where, okay, 3 room. It is better to copy this. And now in the option number 3, we will just use room find procedure, and we will scan this apartment. 3-room. Okay, and now we will see what we will get. Let's see. Let's run. Okay, apartment with 3-room. Number 3. Okay, and what we will get? This is perfect, almost perfect. We have our 2 apartment, but we need to separate this. Just a second. We just need a couple of stars. Okay, room find. Okay, apartment scan, and just we need to use right line. And we will use couple of stars. And I think that should be better now, because they are not, as you can see in the user screen, they are not okay. Here it is apartments in Budapest and Warsaw, but they are not separated. And let's run again. Okay, let's select option number 3, and now it is better. It works fine. Just maybe it was better to stars to be a little more. Okay, but as you can see, apartments with 3 rooms. Okay, and we need also apartments with 3 rooms. We need here copy and paste, but it was better for us to we could first. Okay, let's use couple more stars, and also we could have couple more, and now I think it should be a lot of better. And let's clear this. Let's run. Okay. Also we could use a little after here could be a little more stars, but it doesn't matter. Let's select option number 3. Okay, we have apartment with 3 rooms, and we have apartment in Budapest. Okay, as you can see, it has 3 rooms, and apartment in Warsaw has 3 rooms. Okay, but let's to see if it will work properly. Instead of 3, okay, we will just use it to test. Let's type 2.5. Okay, our apartment in Sofia, it's we have apartment is Sofia is 2.5, and apartment in Belgrade is 3.5. Let's see how it will gonna run now. Okay. If we select option number 3, now we need, okay, it will be apartment in Sofia because we typed 2.5. Okay, and if we didn't use, now I will also show you. I will put back on the option number 3. Okay, let's type here a 3. Okay, and now if we didn't call apartment scan here, we could just define and use, if we use instead of here, if we use apartment scan and if we use it here, it will not gonna serve. But maybe I can show you. Just a second. Okay, now I move this. Wait a second. I will type here then, and I will delete it from here. Okay. Now I deleted it again. Okay, then. If we did, okay, but I will show you. I will not show you here. I will show you with the next example. Okay, because we cannot use room find tree room, and if we just defined, and if we didn't use just a second, room find, if we didn't use apartment scan here, if we use it, okay, we defined apartment, and if we call this method, call this procedure down in the option number 3, it could just display us one apartment, but I will show you that with elevators. It is important that for now this works like a charm. Okay, we have 3 options working. Okay, select option 1, cheapest. Okay, working fine. We have the most expensive. Okay, working perfectly. It's apartment in Warsaw with 105,000 euros. And if we want 3 room, okay, but did I put back? Okay, 3 room just to see. Most expensive room find. Okay, it's number 3. Let's try it. Okay, we want 3 room apartment. Okay, we have apartment in Budapest and in Warsaw, which is okay. And okay, now we will need to find, we have couple more options to find. Okay, but we can take a break a little, and we will continue shortly in the next tutorial. If you like my video, don't forget to subscribe, and also you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. You have a link in the description, and I will see you shortly in the next tutorial to continue with this application.